Hello. So today we're going to be doing a role play using the person centered theory as a theory, and then for one of the therapies or techniques, we'll be talking about cognitive coping. So I will talk about the client. He's a 65-year-old male who recently was involved in an accident where he fell down the stairs and broke his hip. While recovering in the hospital after surgery, he was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which is debilitating. And since he's been out, it's been very hard for him to do some of the things that he used to do, like walking outside, walking up and down stairs, etc. So while he was still in the hospital, a hospital social worker did refer him to an agency that could help him get an aid or a home health aid so that he would be able to get the help that he needed in his home so he could remain living independently, which is what he wanted. But the problem has presented that one of the aides, he has two aides, one of the aides has been telling him that they have financial issues, and he's gotten to know these aides over the past few months. He's formed a bond with them. He really likes them. They really get along very well. And because of this, he felt that he should be maybe giving the aide more hours to help her out with her financial situation. Also, giving her more money from his own pocket. And the problem arose that the agency found out. However, they did inform the client that he's not supposed to be doing that. He can't give extra hours. It would be considered fraud, and that he had to know the rules and regulations of the agency, or he would be terminated from their program there. So he did comply. However, the aide, when the money stopped, the aide started lashing out in a emotional way and method by not letting him talk to his family. He does have three adult children that aren't able to help out because they live too far away, or help out on a daily basis. So when they call to check on him, the aide is talking to them but not informing the client. So if he's asleep when they call, the aide is telling them that he's asleep, but is not mentioning it to the client when he wakes up. She's been leaving early and coming in late. She's also been telling him that he's the reason that she can't afford this and she can't afford that. Also, just not helping him with some of the activities or making fun of him for not being able to complete an activity or taking too long to do an activity. Also, the aide sometimes exhibits neglectful or a hostile demeanor towards the client. And as such, the client has become withdrawn, lethargic, and really doesn't want to participate in outside the community like he used to. So we're going to talk about this, and we're going to use the person-centered therapy to talk about it. Okay? Yes. Hi, Mr. Ramsey. How are you?
Doing well, thank
Okay. Um, so we're here today because you've been saying that you've been having some issues with one of your aides.
you. Yes, I've been having issues with one of my aides. Sorry. Her whole personality has changed since I spoke to the agency.
Okay. And how has her personality changed?
Um, so my children don't live around here
Okay.
anymore. They really don't get to come to see me often, so I look forward to their phone calls. However, I've been feeling a lot tired lately. So when they call, she hasn't been letting me know. Like I just spoke to one of them last week, and he told me he tried to reach me 3 times last week, and I didn't know that at all. He said he spoke to my aide.
Okay. And And so, how did that make you feel?
I was confused at first, and I actually I felt like a bit of rage because this is my family, and this I don't know how much time I have left to communicate with them, and she's becoming more of a barrier than help.
Okay, so why do you think she's becoming a barrier?
Um, I don't know if it's pride or something was injured. I was trying to help her out financially, and she must have slipped and told the agency, or I don't know how it happened, but she told the agency that I was helping her out of pocket for some of her expenses that she had. So they contacted me and told me I can no longer do that, or I will face termination
Okay.
of my services.
All right. So, could you tell me a little bit about why you were helping her out financially?
I figured it was the right thing to do considering that she's helping me.
So, how is she helping you?
Well, I can't walk very well,
Okay.
so traditionally when she was actually being a good age, she would help me around the house, and she would help, get the phone, take the messages, help me physically,
Okay.
prepare meals, whatnot.
Okay. So, before you had the aid and before your accident, can you tell me a little bit about how your home life was, what you would do, what you enjoyed to do?
I was very active prior,
Okay.
but I would say I was active. I mean, I've been retired, so I would walk around, get the paper, go to the diner, stuff like that. But now I really can't do that. So sometimes, yes, another thing she always does is she's been forgetting to get me the paper. She said nobody reads the paper anymore, and I feel like that's pretty condescending and rude of her to tell me about the things
Right.
that I enjoy that I can still attempt to enjoy.
Okay. Yeah. So, what I'm gathering is that there are some things that you used to do that you're not able to do anymore, and your aide was initially doing these things, but now she's not due to the issue with the money and the agency finding out.
That I, that's what I believe.
Okay. So, what have you? What happens after the agency informed you? Did you have a conversation with the aide, or?
Um, I guess I tried to, but I also didn't want her to feel embarrassed because of how it was going. I simply told her that they would terminate my services if I continued to help her, and didn't really broach the subject again. She got very cool after that.
Okay. So, how has it been since?
It's been tough. I mean, yeah, she's not nearly as helpful as she used to be.
Okay. And she's still currently working for you?
Sure, I mean, I don't really know what else to do with it. I don't know what my options are as far as, I don't think she deserves to be fired. I just want her to do a better job.
Right. So, the things that you told me that you liked to do before you had an aide, are you still able to do those things while she's employed with you?
No, but she's been, she was able to fill the void slightly. I can't go down and get the paper, but she would do it for me.
Right. And she's not doing that
She,
anymore.
not consistently at all. I feel like it's flippant at best, her behavior.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Like I'm not getting. I mean, if not being able to what I want to do in the first place is difficult, but then to anticipate that somebody's going to help you, and then anticipate that they're going to help you make that easier for you, and then not to get it all the time. It's confusing and it's also frustrating.
Okay. All right. And that's fair that you're confused and it's frustrating. And I noticed that you said that it's inconsistent, but it is happening sometimes, and then sometimes it's not happening, correct?
Sure.
Okay. So, in the instances that it's happening, are you asking her to get the paper for you, or is she just doing it?
I try to give her soft reminders when she forgets to do things. I don't explicitly tell her that she's wrong.
Okay. Can you tell me what a soft reminder is?
Like when she's leaving for the day, say, "Hey, do you mind grabbing the paper on your way in tomorrow?"
Okay. So, how do you feel giving her those soft reminders? thinking?
I'm hoping that I get what I want, but I also am hoping that it's not insulting her, so that I don't want her to think that she does a bad job. And I think that she was injured emotionally when you know, she, when I told her I couldn't give her money anymore.
Okay. So what I'm gathering is you do feel a certain way about what transpired between you, the aide, and the agency, and it doesn't seem like you want her gone out of your life. It seems as though things are a little bit tense right now, but you do want things to get better between you two, correct?
Yeah, preferably I would like to have it how it was,
Okay.
but you can't start giving her money again because I need these services.
Right. So have you tried to reach out to her in any type of way to communicate how you're feeling and what you're telling me right now?
No, I mean, it's difficult to articulate to her because I would have to let her know acknowledge that this rift is there and that it's possibly because she's not getting what she wants. And it's not really my fault.
Right.
So, and it's not the agency's fault either. They have to have their own things. It's just a matter of we can't do it. And if I could, I would.
Okay.
But I don't want her to be insulted.
Right. So let's focus a little bit on the fact that you were at least able to tell your aide that, you need to get this paper, you want to read the paper, she knows that you like the paper. You're able to give her what you call soft reminders. I think that is a strength in you that we should explore a little bit more and how we can have that at least practiced, perfected, so that you're able to relay this message and communicate a little bit better with your aide. So give me an example of, what that soft reminder would sound like to you and her.
She would say, "All right, I'm leaving for the day," and I would say, "Okay, have a good night. Please remember to grab me the times in the morning."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're telling her this, and I know that sometimes she's not compliant, but when she is, what does she say back to you?
She usually every time it's just like, "Okay."
Okay. So when she doesn't get you that paper, do you say anything to her then?
I usually just ask, "Did you grab the paper?" And she'll be like, "Oh, I forgot."
Okay. And what happens after that? Do you just don't get the paper?
Basically, she doesn't offer to go back out, and I don't really push.
Okay. So one thing that I would like for you to focus on, and then I'll get into what you would like to focus on. But I think this might be helpful for you as well. Focus on those soft reminders that you call those soft reminders. Focus on doing that a little bit more frequently, reminding her, that is something that you like to do, and trying to perfect that. And keep a mental note, or you can keep a journal about.
I feel like it would be petty to keep physical notes. You don't think that it's petty?
No, I don't think that it's petty. It's you don't have to do it in front of her, but you can keep a mental note and jot it down when she's not around or when she leaves for the day. When you were able to do that soft reminder, not so much her reply, but more so when you were able to do it and say it confidently. So also, I would like to talk a little bit more about what you want from these sessions and what you want, to happen between you and your aide. What is it that you wish to gain?
Preferably a better rapport with her so that my needs are completely met.
Okay.
Without guilt on my part, because I do feel sad. I feel bad now that I know that she's struggling and it's like this dark cloud between us and it's affecting my day